this is Megan Jenkins, and we're here at the Conscious Life Expo with Larry. And he owns Talk to Your Angels, which is an amazing crystal company, and they just have the most beautiful crystals. And he's going to tell you about what they do and a little bit about his company. So go ahead.
Great. So you can see here, pink amethyst. Comes out of Brazil. Normally amethyst, and we'll see some down the table a little bit further, but normally amethyst is a very deep, rich purple color. This is a unique stone, fairly new, pink amethyst. You have rose quartz here, little Ganesh, and angels, and just the raw hearts. And rose quartz is a stone about self-love, self-appreciation, all about the heart. You can move down here and you see different clear quartz crystals and what's called rainbow quartz. And if you see, you can see the different rainbows inside of there. This is also called fire and ice quartz. They take extra high-grade quartz and heat it up to 220 degrees and then dip it in ice water and it goes pow. And so you can see all of the inclusions in there that this piece doesn't have, and they're exactly the same quality, fire and ice quartz. You have halite here, both the green and the pink, and it comes from Death Valley. The ocean beds, millions of years ago, the brine from the ocean just settled on the bottom and becomes this gorgeous crystal. If you move down over here, you have these fluorite pieces. And you can see just the clarity, the crystal, the green, the blues, and purples in there. Just a high-grade, beautiful piece.
All right, well, I'll be there. Is that organic?
Here's all of your amethyst pieces here. Comes out of Brazil. And then the more chocolatey purple comes out of Uruguay. And it's carved in, you know, raw points, angels, nice big heart. Just a really gorgeous stone. It's all about opening up the third eye. It's the stone of the artisan. So people who are very creative, creating things, making things with their hands, they use that stone to open up their creative centers and stuff.
So now, does it mean something if a person gravitates towards a certain stone? If I were to walk up this one, for instance, what is this telling me something about what I need to balance myself, or?
It's called Celestite. It's an excellent stone for working with all of the celestial realms. So if you're guided to using that stone, you're probably in the process of meeting and working with more of the guides that are working with you in the other realms and stuff. Where the Angelite, which is almost the same coloring, it's more along the lines of working with the angelic realm and not just all of the celestial realms and stuff. Now the Angelite comes out of Peru, in the region right around Cusco, which is Machu Picchu region, where the Celestite comes out of Madagascar. So wide distance across the world, halfway around the world, but just absolutely gorgeous stones.
This is fascinating. They're so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Let me ask you this, have you ever had an encounter with any of the crystal skulls?
Crystal skulls are very popular. A lot of people are using them now. It's not a crystal that I tend to carry. I tend to do more along the lines with the angels as opposed to the skulls.
I'm just wondering if you ever saw them at a show or.
Oh yeah, I see them at shows all the time.
Like the real ones, like the ones like they say there's 13 of them, or.
Yeah, there are 13 original crystal skulls. I've worked with a couple of them.
What was your experience?
Very, very powerful, very awakening, just amazing energy.
Yeah, I've held one of them, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing with it, the work that they can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both.
It's both.
How does that happen?
Wow.
This is a pretty unique piece in that it has the green from the algae that settled at the bottom of the ocean, and then if you rotate it, you can actually see the pink in the same piece from the brine. So it's just kind of a layer where, turn it, where some of the deposits were that close together that they just got some of the pink and some of the green.
This is beautiful. And so what's this one called?
That's the halite. It's a very soft and fragile stone. It's all salt. It's a very salt stone. So if you, and I'm not suggesting you do this, but if you were to lick it, you would get all the taste of the salt.
Can you tell us about the salt lamps?
Sure.
Like, what do they do exactly?
So the Himalayan salt lamps, they're actually out of the Himalayan mountains. They're 250 to 300 million years old, and it is salt. So what they do is they release negative ions when they get warmed up. You put a light in them. When they warm up, they release negative ions, and the negative ions attach themselves to the dust, mold, pollen, dander, other airborne stuff, and neutralize it. They make it heavy and it drops out of your breathing space. So you know when you go to the ocean and you have the waves crashing and that freshness, that's what the ions do. So it's excellent for giving you clean, breathable space. When my wife and I got married, she came with 3 cats, and I can't really say, get rid of the cat. She says, no, get rid of the guy. So she says, we'll put a salt lamp in every room. And I went, what's a salt lamp? Well, we've been married almost 8 years now. We still have the cats. My allergies don't bother me at all. But if I walked into your house and you had cats, I would be itchy and scratchy within a couple of minutes. And with the salt lamps, it just doesn't bother me.
Work when they're on? Or
Yeah, you do need to have them on.
so if it's just sitting in the house and you have it,
It's a pretty decoration.
Right.
If you feel that, you can feel that there's a little bit of heat to it. And that's when the ions explode. That's when they pop. And then it comes in, carved bowls with carved hearts.
Wow.
Or just the plain rough raw pieces over here.
And what is it, the light or the heat that makes the...
It's the heat that causes the salt to emit the negative ions.
Do they evaporate like water because of the heat? Like, do they wear off, or do they get smaller?
It is salt. So if you're dipping it in water and stuff, it's salt. It's going to dissolve. But they're 250 million years old.
They're strong.
They're going to last a while. Yeah. And a lot of people will take pieces like this and grate it and use it for their table salt.
Really?
You can also do the same thing with a piece like this for your bathtub. It's excellent for detoxifying the body. The salts carry all 84 trace minerals that our bodies need. And you can get a saline solution where you drink a teaspoon a day, and it just puts those toxins, it puts the trace minerals into our body and allows us to detoxify.
So how many baths would that last? That looks like it would last a really long time.
Yeah, it would last quite a while. No, if you're going to do it in the baths, you get the little bag of bath salts that are fine grated. They take this and grind it and crush it all up. But
so that's what that is. That's how that all the at the mother's market, the
right,
whatever that's called.
That's right.
Bucket.
You'll find those buckets that's this and
grind
just ground up. Right. So when they just hollow out underneath the lamp, and they take that core that they've taken out and they grind it up even more and put it, to make bath salts. And this is the little night light that you can use to put inside. And then this is some of the table salt, for your...
It's edible.
Edible, correct. 100% pharmaceutical grade, natural, no chemicals, no preservatives, Himalayan crystal salt.
When I eat salt, I get really bloated. So if I were to eat this salt, does it still? It's still salt.
It's still
so
salt.
What's the?
But the benefit of this is it has all 84 trace minerals in it that our bodies need. Where regular table salts,
It's just salt.
and a lot of it is processed where they add stuff to it, or it's not as healthy for you.
How much is that?
$6.
Wow.
Where can
Cool.
people buy this?
You can call me. If people, I don't have a website because the product it changes so fast. But if you want to order anything you see or call me and ask questions, my home phone number is 303-593-1121. I'm on the road a lot, so as soon as I get home I will call. But if you have any questions about crystals, about the salts, just give me a holler.